Okay, I'm called Bwire, member of Bunge la Mwananchi. I want to talk about two things. Ya kwanza ni hii janga ambalo tulipata juzi, hizi inaitwa flash floods. And then of course ya pili itakuwa hiyo infrastructure bill that has been signed into law today. Ukiangalia, leave alone the problem because we knew that the problem was there. Every citizen of Kenya who dwells in Nairobi alikuwa much aware that kuna shida na drainage system, and we have addressed this issue to the county and the governor. Nothing was taken. Leave alone that. Look, on 25th of June, the year 2024, when the parliament was invaded, the government was so quick to hire choppers to evacuate members of parliament, and we could see the choppers over KICC ili watu wakuwe safe. Juzi, when the floods invaded the town, when the town was floating, not even a police officer was spotted on the ground to save the lives of Kenyans. We have lost so far, by now, only 50 have been identified, but I know the number is of course so high. Number iko juu. Sifuna, it was last month, when the mitigation ya nini, the committee that deals with the disaster mitigation committee appeared before the Senate. Sifuna had already told us that the people heading that department are incompetent and there is a mismatch. That is when I was able to establish ya kwamba wale watu ambao wanashughulika na disaster mitigation, one of them was a librarian, venye Kiberenga amesema hapa, and one of them was a theologian. How do we hire these people to manage disaster like floods in Nairobi? Mimi sitaki niwaambia ya kwamba the government was not aware of what it's doing. Everybody was aware, and even the president William Samoei Ruto was aware that in case there are much flash floods in the town, we will lose lives. Watu walikuwa aware. I was aware, you are aware. The problem with this country is that we do not have leaders with political goodwill in position. So such things are bound to happen unless we change the leadership landscape of the country. Jambo la pili is about this infrastructure bill, infrastructure fund bill. It has been signed into law today by the president. But let me tell you, there is nothing wrong in that bill. There is nothing wrong at all. But the problem is the one who is there to implement it and who oversee it. Ukisoma vizuri, for those who have read it, pale kwa oversight, it has to be the Auditor General. They anafaa play the oversight role. And then we have the Treasury has to play the oversight role. And then we have the National Assembly. Now, pale kwa Treasury, who is the CS? Who is the CS? It's Mbadi. Mbadi is one of the people singing two-term. Ukianga pale Bunge ndio imepitisha hiyo law and it's totally compromised. In fact, all our MPs are affordable. Then who will play oversight? Isn't it? Na ukiangalia the way this fund is supposed to collect revenue, venye wanafaa venye hii nini committee inafaa ipate funds, one of them is through the privatization or, as it say, the disposing off of government assets. Isn't it? Kama pale kwa oversight we do not have sharp people, or all the people who are there are compromised. How sure are we that Kasongo will use a proxy like you and me kwenda kuzinunua kumba amenipea pesa ikuwe yake? Isn't it? If we do not have watchdogs in place, all these private assets, JKIA, Kenya Pipeline, Kenya Power, they may end up in possession of a few people who are citizens. Isn't it? Jambo la pili, the way they are trying to, wanasema kwa ukisoma hiyo document wanasema disposing of. Yani, they see these government assets are too dormant that they want to dispose of. Isn't it? Meaning, naweza kuja pale na value yenye ko below, it's the money that is below its value, alafu bunge ipitishe na mimi ninunue. It has happened with Safaricom. Right now naambiwa Safaricom wanauza 15% share na wamesha kuambia share moja ni 34. Safaricom ni kitu una advertise in the public, then people will come and do the bidding. Wana bid, and then the highest bidder will get it. The highest bidder anaweza enda to an extent to even buying at 84 shillings. But when you tell me I'm selling Safaricom 15 shares and I'm selling Vodacom. In fact, part of Vodacom member wanna sit kwa committee, they sit in the committee of Safaricom. That is totally conflict of interest. So hizi program ambazo tuko nazo zote ni mzuri, but wale watu ambao tumewachia wa implement hao ndio watatuuza. Let us look at the leadership of this country come 2027, na penye imefika tunataka maandamano.